Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to be showing you how to make my super simple minimalistic crochet bookmark. I've made a few of these. These are 2 bookmarks that I've made. They are super easy to make. If you're thinking of just having little trinkets to sell on a market, these are perfect because you can sell them for cheap. People pick them up because they want to get something nice from an artisan market. You can sell these pretty quickly. So yeah, I'm going to be showing you how to make them. If you're an absolute beginner, these are perfect. So yeah, let's get started. So the greatest thing about these bookmarks is that you can make them with scrap yarn because they are very small and they don't require a lot of yarn to make. Like, these are very short rows just going upwards, so you don't have to use an awful lot of yarn for this. So what you're going to need is a 4mm crochet hook. You'll know if it's 4mm because it says it on the hook in the middle. You'll need a pair of scissors. It doesn't have to be a fancy pair like this. You can use a normal pair of scissors, and obviously you will need a corresponding weight ball of yarn or skein of yarn. I'm using this grey scrap yarn that I found in my drawer. You can use whatever you want, just as long as it corresponds with the hook size, which you will know if it corresponds with it because it will say it on the wrap that goes around the skein when you first get it. Or another way to find out is by comparing the sizes. Usually, like, the hook size is just a little bit thicker than the yarn, so if it kind of looks like this, then you're all good. Anyway, so I'm just going to set those aside for now. The first thing you're going to do is a slip knot, so I'm just going to unravel some yarn. You want the tail to be like quite long so you can weave it in at the end and it doesn't fall apart. So you're going to create a loop so that the working yarn is underneath and the tail is on top, and then you're going to push the tail through the loop so that it kind of looks like this, and it's almost like the tail is going back through the loop. And then you're going to pull it so it's tight like that, and then you're going to get your hook. You're going to insert it into the loop, and then you are going to pull the working yarn as well as holding the tail so that it cinches. And this is important to make sure that it fits perfectly on your hook, but don't make it too tight, otherwise it'll be very hard to do the stitches. So now you have your slip knot. You are going to learn how to hold your yarn, and this will be throughout the entire crocheting process. So you grab your working yarn and then you wrap it around your pointing finger. You secure it with your pinky, and then you're going to hold the tail with your middle finger and your thumb. And this is so that you get the perfect amount of tension when you are making your stitches. You don't have to hold it with your pinky. Some people like to hold it over their pinky, or not at all. I personally don't. Well, I sometimes crochet like this, so I'm holding it with my pinky. Some people don't know. It's personal preference. And if you're left-handed, you hold your crochet hook the other way around. So you would hold it in your left hand and you would wrap your yarn on the right hand. So now you're going to do a chain, and a chain is going to be the length of your bookmark, well, the width of it. So you're going to yarn over, so the yarn goes over the back of the hook, and then you're going to pull through the first loop that you made, which is the slip knot, and that is your first chain. It should look like a little V, and you're going to do this 5 times. So this first V is your first stitch, and you're just going to do that 4 more times. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, that's 4, and yarn over, pull through, that's 5. So that is the width of your bookmark. So how you'll know is you'll see the V's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I added an extra one by accident. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I did by accident, because this is the first YouTube tutorial that I'm filming. Anyway, so you got 5 chains. Now you're going to chain an extra 2, so yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. This is the height of your half double crochets. So you don't need to like do a stitch into these 2 chains. Now you're going to start your first row. And how you do that is you're going to yarn over like you did with the chain. You're going to insert your hook into the 3rd chain, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over again, and then pull through all 3. So it should look a little bit like this. So you got your 2 chains, and then your 3rd chain, and then you inserted the stitch into the 3rd chain. So you're going to do this again. This is going to be a little bit different. So yarn over, and then insert, yarn over again, pull through, yarn over, and pull through all 3. So that is starting to form your stitches. And you're going to do this until you get to the very end of the row, and then I'm going to show you what to do from there. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. And do that again until the end of the row. So once you get to the end of the row, I like to sort of pull this tail and hold on to the bottom of the stitch. That just makes sure that it's tighter at the bottom. So it should look like this. You should see the lines, and then when you look above the stitches, you see the V's, and it should be 5 of them. Make sure you count this whenever you do your rows. So to start your 2nd row, you're going to chain 2. So yeah, and then you turn your work, and then you yarn over, insert your hook into the 1st stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And you're doing the same process until you get to the end of this row. It's a little bit harder to notice, but you're just going until the very end V, which is right next to my nail there. So yeah, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and then pull through all 3. And then you're doing that again for the entire row. So now you should have 2 rows, and it should look like there's like lines in the middle, but that is what it's supposed to look like. So you chain 2, and then you turn your work, and you just repeat the process. And to get to the right length, so it ends up looking like this, you need to do 30 rows. So you're doing the same process 30 times. These are your first 2 rows, so you're going to need to do 28 more rows to get to the very end. So I'm just going to time lapse, and when you get to 30 rows, well, when I get to 30 rows, I'm going to show you what to do from there. Okay, so I have enough rows to show you how to count them. So as you can see, there are lines every 2 rows that I do. I'm going to show you with my crochet hook. So it's 1 line, a 2nd line, and a 3rd line. Every single line is 2 rows. So all 3 of these will be 6. That will be a 7th. So bear that in mind and make sure that you count your rows to make sure that it's 30. Okay, so now you have 30 rows. You need to double check. So what is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. Yeah, that's 30 rows. So now you're going to do a new stitch called single crochet. So into your previous stitch that you just did, there should be a hole that is in your last stitch. You're going to insert your hook into that hole. You're going to yarn over and then pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2, and then you're going to go into the same hole, insert, yarn over, and then yarn over, pull through 2. Make sure that this little strand stays beneath those stitches. Now you're going to crochet downwards, so on the side. So you're going to do single crochet all the way down. So single crochet into the previous row, and then there's another hole right next to that, and then another hole right there, so you're just gonna go down and single crochet into each row, so each end stitch on that row until you get to the very bottom. So now you're at the end of the row. Your bookmark should look like this. So now you're going to do 2 single crochets into the same stitch, and then you're going to do single crochets along the bottom. Make sure that it is going along with the braids that are at the bottom, so the V's. And then when you get to the very end, you are going to single crochet 2 into the same stitch, which will bring you along to the other side. Now, what to do about this tail? You are going to crochet over it, well, at least I crochet over it. So you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, make sure that this is on the inside, and then yarn over, pull through 2, and that will just tuck it in. So it's almost like weaving whilst you're crocheting. You're going to do the same all the way down to the very end again. To join these two corners, I'm going to single crochet into the same stitch that I just done, and then I am going to slip stitch. So insert your hook, yarn over, and then just pull through, and that finishes the border of your bookmark. Just stretch it out a bit so it's straight. You can block it, but I'm not going to because that's just going to take a lot of time for me to do. But yeah, you would just soak this in water, lay it flat, pin it down, and yeah. So to make the loop that is on the end of the bookmark, it goes on this corner. You are going to chain 20. So yarn over, pull through. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you got 20 chains. Now you're going to bring your hook back, slip stitch behind the stitch that you started to make the chain on, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through again. And then you're going to get your scissors and then snip, and then yarn over, and then pull through, and then pull it so it's tight. There's your bookmark without the ends being woven in. I'm going to show you how to weave them in now. So I'm going to get a sewing needle. It has to be like a yarn needle. A way that I managed to get yarn through a needle, like the eye of the needle, the easiest way is to twist it so that it's tight, and then loop it so it kind of looks like this. You don't want to do it on the end, otherwise it will fray up. And then you just push it through the eye of the needle, and then you pull it. And then to make the stitches so that you can't see them, you are going to weave in between the stitches, kind of like this. So between these areas, you don't want it to be seen on either the front or the back. As you can see, you can't really see my needle. So I'm gonna push it through. This is kind of hard for me to do. So that's your first one. Try and get the tail out. There we go. That's important because we're going to weave back through those, but you don't want to go directly back where you first started. You want to go into the stitch after that so it locks in place. and then you're just going to pull it out, and then get your scissors again, and then just snip off the excess, and then just going to stretch it out, and there you have it. There is your bookmark. You can make it any length you want. You can have more than 30 rows, or you can have less than 30 rows. I just preferably like to use 30 rows. It's just a uniform thing for me. Anyway, if you wanted to learn how to make a bookmark, there you have it. I really hope you guys really enjoyed my tutorial on how to make a bookmark for absolute beginners. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you want to see more content like tutorials, ring the notification bell and comment down below what I should do next, what I should make or I should try out, because I'm always trying to look for new patterns to try out, maybe show you how to make. This one was just like a freestyle pattern that I ended up making a lot of, so now I have a 50th bookmark. But yeah, please like, subscribe, share this video to other people who are also learning how to crochet, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.